And we are back. Welcome back to Waffleboard Breaks, everyone, as we get ready for the first Facebook claim box after the reload. We hit one reload jersey on Sunday, so 15 of the 16 reload jerseys are still alive tonight. That's 7 from January, 10, 3 from the two December reloads, and then there's just two from November, and then one from before November. I believe it's August, maybe September. But there we go. 38 boxes tonight. Good luck, everybody. We do have some unsolds. There are 6 unsold spots. I discounted them pretty much as low as I can go. I mean, you can't get 1 in 38 box odds chance of the jersey and for $4 or $5. Absolutely absurd. Um, Obviously, not everybody's first choices, but there's some good jerseys in there. We're talking. There's 4 Adidas, 1 Koho, the Tyler Wright original blue jacket. We have Columbus fans. Where are they all tonight? What's up? Oh, Keandre Miller going to Thomas, and there it is. Dale C grabbing the Tyler Wrights. I submitted that myself to JSA. Absolutely beautiful jersey. Coho. I mean, you don't see cohos anymore. So, I mean, the fact that we got that in there, that's really good. So I add that to DLC. And I'll get Destiny. There it is, Destiny. Keandre Miller going to Thomas M. There we go. We do the Keandre. Let me see. Oh, Nick F grabbing the Derek Steppen, one of my all-time favorites. There it is. Put that on Nick F for that. Thank you very much, guys. So we'll get. I said. I mean, you don't have to get them all sold, but I mean, like I said, at least we got knocked out 3 to 6. Nobody's loving the Cam Atkinson. I mean, obviously, it's a nice Adidas Flyers jersey. I mean, it's a nice white Adidas. You don't see tons of those. I know he wasn't there real long, but obviously, he's another jacket, long time jacket. I can't believe where's my jacket fans. Mike Peccaco, there you go. Oh, no, the codes are real cool. I'm telling you. In fact, like I said, just arrived to me today, and I'm sending it out with my Belfort to JSA. It's already boxed up. I got to drop it off at the UPS store tomorrow. Is a absolutely beautiful Rick Nash CCM. Now it's very similar to the Cohos. Obviously, it's Rick Nash. He doesn't even have a letter on his jersey, so it's very it's the original style. It's real cool. It looks almost exactly like the Coho. They didn't change the jersey style much when they switched. Obviously, Coho is one of those companies that some teams had individual contracts with at the time. Obviously, Columbus Blue Jackets had the Coho. So yeah, microphone Pekka. I was a big Mike Pekka fan. Obviously, he played for the Sabres as well. Pekka was great. The Isles. Obviously, Pekka was a great hockey player. Represented the national team for numerous years. Obviously, his teams always got bounced, so he always goes to the international tournaments, world championships. You see those players, obviously, but Ryan Smith. We had him in the boxes way back. Ryan Smith was Captain Canada because back when he was an Oiler, they used to stink. They always got knocked out early, or didn't make the playoffs at all, and he would become one of the leading scorers pretty much in all time for Canada on the international stage, world championships. The very little scene, especially in the States, the world championships. You got a lot of Euros playing on the European teams, and all the players that don't make the playoffs or get bounced in the first round or two. The Europeans tend to go back home and they tend to play for the national team during those world championships, which takes place pretty much at the very end, right after the regular season, the NHL ends before the playoffs get too deep. I mean, it's some good hockey over there, but obviously it's not as esteemed as the Canada Cups would be, or the Olympics, of course, is now. But I mean, World Championships have produced some really, really good hockey over the years, and we've seen, like I said, World Championships. We've seen players just out of college, play on the national team. Obviously, top prospects. I mean, not so much anymore. They're more sheltered, but we've seen underage players play for the international teams. So World Championships is still pretty cool. It's always good to see who's headed over there. It's easy for the Europeans because most of them, not all of them, but so many of them don't have families here living full time after the season ends. They pack up their stuff. They're probably living in a rental, and they go back home. Obviously, sleep in your own bed, and eat with your own food with your family and your friends, and they represent the national team. So national team is nothing to sneeze at. Linus grabbing Larry V, grabbing the Allmark. It's a beautiful Adidas alt. Obviously, no longer Brown, but yeah, like I said, he's still the starting goalie for. He's now splitting time with Ottawa, but Linus is definitely a great goalie. Won the Vezina there in Boston. Not surprised that Larry B steps up and grabbing the Linus. I knew he'll probably trade that off to Big Al if he hits it anyway. So, but I know that's one of his. In fact, Big Al's actually not here today. Not sure he's just away or he's taking the break off, but he's not in today. So good luck to everybody. Of course, and Ron's our number 3 with jersey wins from the boxes. He's not here tonight because he obviously doesn't do midweek stuff because of his job. So he's only here on Sundays pretty much. And he's been hot. I don't know if he's hit the last 2. Definitely he's hit at least 2 of the last 3 Sundays. So he's been pretty hot on Sundays. Of course, we don't have Ryan S. and Shirley, Mike A., some of our regular Sunday people. Al's sick. There it is. So he may be sick. Okay. Well, hopefully he's feeling better. Like I said, I didn't have anything in the East Coast box yesterday, so I didn't watch the full. I don't think I even watched any of it. I think CK might have told me who the hits were. I don't think I actually watched it. There we go. Brett G grabbing the Noah Dobson. It's an absolute beautiful white Adidas New York Islanders. Obviously now he's one of the major defenders of the Montreal Canadiens going forward. Obviously they traded 2 first-round picks, I think, was the deal for him. It was like 13 or 14 that went to the Islanders. I think that's what it was. And obviously, the Islanders are kind of stacking their team for the future. Dobson was going to become high-priced. He's still pretty high-priced defenseman, so they decided to move on. Obviously, they gave the keys to the kingdom to Matthew Schaefer, but Dobson maybe not as good as Hudson up there in Montreal, but he's definitely a really good offensive defenseman that's not terrible on defense. And, he's been playing really well, putting up good numbers with the Canadians. But there's a nice white Noah Dobson. So there you go. Nice grab by you, Brett. So we got that. Who else we got? And the Big L sick. Let me see. Anybody else? I don't miss anybody grabbing. We just have Cam left. And I know Keandre got grabbed. It was Thomas grabbing that. Let me get that line down there. Thomas. Is that it? Just the Cam Atkinson? Is that all we have left? Is that right? Linus is gone. Keandre's gone. Dobson's gone. Steppen's gone. Tyler Ray's gone. Okay. Very good. If nobody wants to grab Cam Atkinson, I will make it a community hit. I don't mind doing that. You guys are great. I appreciate the continued love and support, and I don't mind throwing you guys a bone. Like I said, I only made freebies tonight. But freebies the last couple Sundays, which is cool. Obviously, seeing the Chris Drieger come out yesterday was really nice. I think Jason didn't even watch the video far enough. He didn't see that hit, so he was like, "Oh, I sent him the message." But I mean, not everybody. I always respond to you guys when you hit the freebie. I should follow up because not everybody watches after the 2 boxes open. So, but good luck to him. See if he hits. He's in tonight with his boy Josh Morrissey. Hopefully, he's getting healthy. I think he missed the last game or 2. I think maybe his last game of the Olympics. He would have been nice out there for Canada, but hopefully he's better with the Jets getting ready to play. I mean, I know some of these guys coming back are dinged up. They're talking about maybe McDavid will sit out a game. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but guys getting back to their teams. I know they've been practicing since I guess all the teams have been back officially practicing. I guess there's labor rules about when they can and when they can't, but I'm sure most of the players have been skating independently during the Olympic break. Like I said, we have it's a pretty decent schedule tomorrow. I think there's at least 6 or 7 games tomorrow, so it should be pretty good. Like I said, a lot of early games. The Bolts are actually one of the early games. I think he's playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think is Tampa playing tomorrow, so it should be good to see. Obviously, the Russian players have all been rested, and some of the other smaller countries that weren't involved in the Olympics, their players. But I mean, we got pretty good representation. Obviously, Switzerland, obviously Slovakia, Czechia. I mean, those countries have been pressed. Obviously, there's still a couple French players in the league. Germany, of course, with Drysdale. So there are a decent amount of players from even those smaller countries. So yeah, I saw Miko got dinged up too. So he missed the last game. He wasn't there. I saw him he was in his jersey on the bench for their bronze medal game when they smoked Slovakia. And so I knew he had to be either dinged up or was sitting out for minor health reasons. But I didn't realize they put him on the IR. But that's not cool for them. Obviously, the it's getting a little tighter in the West. Obviously, they're not as a big league. They still are out in front, but the other teams have kind of gotten off the mat, collected themselves, and started to put together pretty nice runs as well. Obviously, teams like Dallas and obviously Vegas is always going to be a contender. Those teams, you're fighting with the Avalanche down the stretch run for home ice, but there's a big disparity between the top and the bottom, kind of out west. That's why you're seeing some of the crazy point totals of the Western team. They said something like the top 20 point getters. I think 19 of them or something or in the Western Conference, something weird like that. It was something absurd. Obviously, Kucherov is the only one from the East that's putting up big numbers, but it helps when you beat up the Sisters of the Poor, once or twice a week, as the Western teams have done. The only team under 500 in the East, of course, is the Rangers, and they're not a terrible team. Obviously, you got a Hall of Famer, probably future Hall of Fame goalie, Quick, filling in for Shesterkin, but they're going to start moving some pieces. Not sure if they're going to. I mean, obviously, the Olympics, you always get wonder if there's going to be an Olympic bump or Olympic lag. So it's interesting to see. Obviously, there's a couple players nursing minor injuries, getting dinged up. You do play your butt off in the Olympics, and obviously the teams that got rested, we'll see how it goes. But not seeing Miku getting hurt. Obviously, some other players, what's the name, was out for the year. You saw that was a big early in the Olympics. Was not good, and then of course. A couple guys dinged up. Morrissey, minorly dinged up. The goalies, most of them got rested. I mean, they played the heavy stuff. Obviously, Hellebuck played all but one game, so their goalies should be rested, obviously, even in Canada. So, I mean, Barrington played the majority at the end. Odger had some rest for the U.S. So, we'll see. Obviously, Canada's hoping, the Kings need their goalie to stay healthy too. So Darcy Kemper needs to be healthy for them to make a run. Obviously, the trade for Panarin, they're not folding it up. They want to make a run for the playoffs. So, but we'll see. Like I said, it's going to be fun. We're back in action tomorrow, and then of course we're back here Thursday night with 37 boxes, probably similar. Like I said, I don't want to. I mean, I love 600. We've been doing 606 boxes. We do the double box on eBay. And we do the pick your player. And like I said, I would hate to have to, I don't ever want to have to switch back to, pick one, get one. I mean, have to raise praise across the board and then, to pick one, get ones. I don't want to do that. I'd rather keep it this way because, obviously we've done 600 boxes. Ray did, 200 and something boxes. And, obviously long before that out in the Phoenix sports breaks, we were watching, doing pick your player forever for there. So it's been, we're talking, we're about the 3-year mark. Ray did about 2 years. Rob out there in the Phoenix was doing for 3 or 4 years. So it's been a long time. We've had pretty good, pick your player, but mystery box breaks. And I built probably a third of my PC probably came from similar breaks. Not quite half, probably. I've done a lot of done other breaks as well as eBay stuff and buying them directly, and but it's probably about a third. I have to break it down, to see where my numbers are. But like I said, I want to keep going exactly the same way we're doing. I know most of you guys appreciate it. New people always coming and going, and I like to get people hooked to this style. Pick one, get one, or pick one, get two. I mean, we have enough of those around. A couple of guys do them. Obviously, Daryl does just completely similar to mine. He does he does the pick one, get one. Nick, of course, does single box similar, but he's trying to figure out the best way to do it. I'm not sure if you're doing it. Have you decided where you're doing your boxes yet? I don't know. I know you said you couldn't do them on Whatnot for now. and I wasn't sure what your plan was going forward, but I knew you're possibly doing it on the Yahoo or YouTube again. I guess we got to figure out what we're doing. So the stadium, the Olympic team. Oh, some of them were missing. I saw that some of the players. Kyle Connor went back to his team. He's when Winnipeg has been practicing, so we went back there directly. Hal Buck is there at the State of the Union. I saw a couple other players aren't there. My boy Jake Gensel went straight to Tampa. Obviously, they all flew into Florida, but he went to Tampa. He's not at the State of the Union, but I know the women declined to attend, and I don't blame them as well. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a political theater. Obviously, they want to be there. The team, everybody wants to go to the White House when you win your championship. So I mean, it's you can make a statement by not going. You can go and just not say a word to anybody, just stay in the back. But everybody kind of wants that big chance, to go. I mean, as an American, if you want to be at the White House, and no matter who happens to be living there at the time, you kind of got to put that aside and and show off with your trophy. I mean, obviously, whatever, if it helps to grow the sport. I mean, who knows how many more. I'm not sure many kids are watching the State of the Union, but obviously kids that watch the Olympic, I mean, hopefully they pick up a stick and ask mom for skates, and the next generation of Olympian hockey players. Like, none of these guys were alive basically when we won the 80 Olympic gold, but I mean, there's been many years of excellent U.S. hockey. Even before the NHLers were involved, thinking back to like the Ray LeBlanc in goal, and there's I mean, and then obviously when the Americans got into the Olympics, USA has been close. Obviously, even the Canada Cups, we've been close. Olympics, we've been close a couple times. Let me see, what are you doing? It's a whatnot. What are you doing? So you might go back to there. So okay, I wasn't sure. Like, I saw that you got the name in with the claims, so you're kind of trying to play it by ear, trying to figure out what the best plan is. Like I said, we're while we're breaks, we're here to support you. Whatever you end up settling, and if it's working for you, we're more than happy to help you out in any way we can. Like I said, I know you do your breaks. Daryl does his. Big Al, of course, continues to do his. Like I said, we have to be here for each other. We all love hockey. We're all hockey nuts. We're hockey maniacs. There's enough hockey. There's enough great jerseys to go around. Like I said, I'm more than happy to buy spots in you guys' breaks. You guys definitely come here to help support me. And of course, we're always looking for new people. Like I said, it's never a bad time to get in. Like I said, our reload just went in, so the spot prices are pretty low across the board. Obviously, you can figure out your targets and you can chase them. But we'll see how we go. We got basically, pretty much a month before the next reload goes in. I'm about 10 jerseys for the next reload, which is probably March 22nd. So I got about 10 jerseys, plus I have backups of, I think, 3 or 4 already boxed up. So, like I said, it's never a dull moment. I had a couple eyes on a couple today. I snoozed on one. One went too high, and then the other one I snagged. But it's nice that the NAS showed up, so I can ship that off with the Belfour to get the JSA. That'll be back within a week or two. The way the turnaround has been pretty good. So, but other than that, like I said, just one box tonight. Let's do it. We got 38 boxes. Like I said, we got 15 of the new boxes of the 16. And then we got 7, 10, 3, 2, and 1. We had a crazy finish Sunday. We had 2 fins. I think I still have Wakari Lehtinen is another fin. I don't know if I have any other fins. I know we hit 2. We hit the Sebastian Aho from the reload. Absolutely beautiful black Adidas alternate jersey. And we hit the Miro Heiskanen from the last reload. So 2 gorgeous Olympic finish bronze medalists. It's nice to see those come out. They were great hits. Obviously, those are legit superstars. So, but like I said, 38 boxes tonight, 15 new ones. We'll see if it's going to be something new, if it's going to be something old. But like I said, everything I'm looking forward to seeing come out. So, not rooting against. There's not a single jersey I'd be upset if it hits, because you guys deserve the chases. You guys support me as long as I keep boxing up. So let's get at it. So here we go. Let me get my my dice roller up. That's already been reset. My list. Okay, very good. Okay, let's do it. So we do 5 or more for our box. We're just doing the one box tonight. 5 or more, of course. Boxes here in order. Obviously, the box from, I think that's August. And then the 2 November. And then the 3 from early December, the 10 from late December, 7 from January, and then we've had a nice little break in between. Obviously, we hit 62 and 60, 62 and 63. 64 was the first box that came out of the new run. So now everything's 65 through to 80, except, of course, 70. 70 was skipped. That's our oldest box. So that's the only box skipped right now is 70. And it looks like I probably won't have to skip for at least one more reload since 3 is the next oldest. So good luck, everybody, tonight. Let's do it. WAFFLEBOARD Breaks is ready to roll. The snow is here. It's not melting, but it's at least not on the streets and sidewalks, which is weird because I guess everybody kind of shoveled, they plowed, and then the sun obviously even melted the stuff where it was only been scraped or shoveled, but there's piles of snow. Like we're talking 3-4 feet piles of snow pretty much everywhere, which should be here until May or June. So we'll see how we go. So it looks like Hoth, but at least there's places to walk and the dog can go out and stuff like that. The mailman showed up today with a couple jerseys. Quite happy with that. So good luck, everybody. 5 or more. Let's see what we got. We got 8 times. Let's do it. 8 times. Nice high middle. There we go. Let's do it 8 times. Boxes in order. We got 38. Let's do 1. 38 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And our box tonight is going to be box number 71. 71's in the reload. 15 of the 38 were in the reload. 71, 38 boxes, 8 times. Box 71. This box has been boxed up for about, 3 days now? I think I boxed them up on Friday. I sealed them. I boxed them up on Friday, and I sealed them up on Saturday, and then I numbered up and shuffled them up on Sunday. So I really have absolutely zero idea where anything is. But box 71 it is. Very good. Let me get my internal 71. There we go. Right kind of those in the middle of the batch. Okay. Box 71. Let me back my number out so I don't forget. Okay. Since the reload, we've now hit 2 reload jerseys in the 3 breaks. So there we go. This is box 606 of WAFFLEBOARD Breaks. We've done, I think, 628 or 29 total jerseys. Box 71 is easy. Box 71 is right there. Nothing stacked on it. So box 71, the Geno Malkin number. Obviously, that's foreshadowing for one of the future reloads. Geno Malkin, number 71. Let's see what we got. Who's going to get lucky tonight? There we go. Oh, yeah. It could be the All-Star. Is that what you're calling? That's what he's calling. Feels like a Winnipeg Jet. Oh, Nico Ehlers. Could be the Danish superstar. Let's see what we got. Oh, let me see. Oh, it could be the Cam Atkinson. Cam Atkinson would be the community hit. So rooting for Cam Atkinson if it's not your spot. There we go. So if you don't have a spot in the reload, you should be rooting for Cam Atkinson. Let's see. That'd be absolutely insane. The only spot that didn't sell. It'd be freebie to everybody. Let's see it. Oh, I'm excited. Now it feels like I'm kind of in it. So I kind of Cam Atkinson because that's one for everybody. If it hits, what do you call him? Nicola Ehlers. Oh, Dale's calling the All-Star Madonna. Oh, that's a beautiful jersey. All-Star Madonna. Nick F is calling the Nick Ehlers. I'm not calling it, but it'd be really funny if Cam Atkinson came out. But here we go. Box 71. We got. It is not the Cam Atkinson, but it's somebody that's been on a cold streak, and he's back. Adam Fox, super duper star, was not on the USA Olympic team. By all rights, should have been. He is one of the best defensemen, American defensemen, and has been coming back from injury. There we go. And this is authentic. Come from the New York Rangers Hockey Club. This is Andrew. I actually looked him up. Andrew Farco is actually a representative of the New York Rangers. I Googled. I was like, I had some time on my hands. I was like, let me see if they're still working. Obviously, you can find any kind of business directory. And I looked up the Rangers, and he definitely is part of the New York Rangers, not front office, but obviously the player representative, like fan interaction stuff. Very, very nice SIG. He's got a horrific SIG. It's a black SIG, but that Adam Fox 23 is about as good as you're gonna get. Better than mine. I have Adam Fox jersey in the PC, not nearly as nice as that one. But that's an Adidas Pro Adam Fox from the New York Rangers. Obviously, you know they're going to give you good stuff, obviously. Adam Fox certificate from the New York Rangers. There we go. Would love to have seen him get an Olympic gold medal. One of my favorites. Adam Fox, American star. Obviously, 4 years from now, hopefully he can be there for them to help defend it. Estimated 1926, New York Rangers. Where's our face strap? He's not fighting anybody, but there it is. There's our Adam Fox. Adam Fox, gorgeous nameplate, nice blue nameplate. Adam Fox, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Absolutely. I just love it. As he said, one of my favorite. Happy to get him in there. Let me see. Where's the woohoos? We got no woohoos? He must be busy. There it is. There's the woohoo. CK back in the wing column, hitting the Adam Fox. Oh, it's going to a Ranger fan. So there we go. Congratulations, CK. Sorry for everybody, of course, to everybody that did not hit. I think he was starting to feel Ron coming on his heels. Ron's within 2 or 3, I think three hits of CK for second place. So CK had to put his foot down and flex his break luck. There we go. The randomizers in love with CK tonight. No mush. Put him in the bathroom. I don't want that face looking at that face throwing my dice. So there we go. Congratulations, CK, on the Adam Fox. It's such a beaut. Absolutely beautiful. Rangers. We hitting some Rangers. Congratulations on that one. I got another Ranger on the way. So I know one of you guys had a Mike Richter hit recently in the room, and I got a Mike Richter on. Going to be coming in March. So it's a beautiful Mike Richter. So yeah, I was a little heavy on goalies this time. I wanted to divide them up a bit. So the gorgeous Mike Richter will be coming in March. Adam Fox, Ranger, gets out the way. Congratulations, CK. Sorry, of course, for everybody who did not hit. These are the best chances to grab them. Best cheap spot prices. Best thing I can do for you guys. There we go. Of course, the spots went live on eBay. So make sure you get over to eBay, stake your claims, come back later on Sunday and bid to your heart's desire. Of course, I'll end Adam Fox. I'll end whatever hits on Thursday. I'll get this ready, boxed up to send out. I'll be shipping it up to Syracuse. So congratulations again. Just an absolute beautiful hit. Like I said, it's going to be fun. Thursday, might be a couple stragglers like we did today, but 1 in 37 box odds for the spot prices. Can't get much better than that. So you guys are the fuel to run this machine. I'm just driving it. So I totally, fully appreciate everybody being part of Waffleboard Breaks. It takes all of us to keep the train running down the tracks, and that's an absolutely beautiful Adam Fox. There we go. Like I said, I was like, he should have been on the team. I know he's kind of dinged up. He's been skating. He should be back with the Rangers after the break. Obviously, Shesterkin, same thing. We'll see if they want to make moves. Obviously, they got 2 Olympians, gold medalists, JT Miller and Vincent Trocheck. We'll see if they want to move on from them, get some pieces, try to get younger across the board. But if they want to, try to make a run, I mean, it's there. They got to get out of the basement. But with Fox back and Igor back in next, maybe JT Miller and Trocheck get a bit of a bump. They played some great penalty killing, defense, face-offs. They were part of the reason the U.S. won. It was a total team win. Of course, you got to have Connor Hellebuck in net standing on his head. He's the only reason he's a MVP and Hart Trophy winner and the Vezina winner in the same year, which is as absurd as it gets for a goalie. But he proved it's not just him in the playoffs with Winnipeg by stonewalling Canada in the gold medal. So Congratulations. The American team's gonna hopefully these guys have a little bump during the second half or the late run for the playoffs. It's gonna be fun to watch. They're all American heroes from here on out, no matter what. They'll take with them to their graves. You see how obviously they're mostly collegians, almost all collegians at the time, and very few pros. But the 80 team has always been, very, very close in many of the appearances and promotional stuff post that. I don't think the NHL players are going to have the ability to do that, but maybe as they get older and retire, they'll try to, come together for signing sessions because you really didn't got an opportunity for that. Obviously, they're living in the Olympic Village for a couple of weeks, playing the games, practicing when they're not playing, and then boom, they're on the flight home to Florida because of the storm, and then distributed to their NHL team. So that's the last really chance. Obviously, the majority of them in Washington today, but you really don't get a chance. It's not like they're a traveling team. They won't get to see each other together pretty much ever. Like I said, you have to move heaven and earth to try to get them in the off season into the same place, which is tough to do. Obviously, as they get older and they start to retire, it might even be tougher to find them together for events. So it's a moment in time that obviously I hope everybody here that got to watch it will cherish and savor. I haven't even watched it. I recorded it on DVR. I haven't rewatched yet. Obviously, I've seen highlights numerous times. Obviously, there's only 3 goals in the game. But some of the amazing plays. Charlie McAvoy using his chest to keep the puck out behind Hellebuck one time was insane. McKinnon whiffing basically on an empty netter. Same play that he scored the game winner the game before. There was so many crazy things that went on in that game that, you got to watch the amazing plays that Werenski made to win it. With just the poke check away from a car, then the fight, down the ice to beat, McKinnon for it, and then put a perfect saucer pass onto Jack Hughes, beats 5-hole to Bennington. I said he could talk about it forever. Everybody here watched it, I hope. And, if you haven't, make sure you watch it on replay. But there we go. So, Waffleboard Breaks is still going strong. We'll see you guys back here on Thursday. Box this stuff up from the weekend. And I'll probably ship everything on Friday or Saturday. But good luck to everybody on Thursday. We'll see what comes out. 2 down from the reload, 14 left from the reload. So we'll see if that continues or we hit something older. I will see you guys back here on Thursday. Waffleboard Breaks out. Take care, guys.